welcome back guys to another video. My band camp is finally over, so this is my 2026 Chinese Grand Prix driver ratings. Valtteri Bottas to kick things off, he started the sprint 20th, finished it, he did not finish it. Started the main race 19th, finished it 13th, 6.5 out of 10. Oh, and by the way, I'm doing the voiceover after the band camp, however, yeah, the recording was done before the band camp, so I'm not got too much details. I give Bottas a 6.5 out of 10. To be honest, it was kind of a mid-race. Although the race ending looked good for him, it's like, come on, barely any drivers finished it, so yeah. Checo Perez up next, 5.5 out of 10 for him, because he started the sprint 21st, finished at 19th, started the main race 19th, and finished at 15th. So very underwhelming from Perez. I low-key expected more from him though, but it's okay, man. Cadillac's new team, and he did put in quite a decent performance last weekend. So, not bad, I guess. Now we move on to Franco Colapinto. Started the sprint in 16th, finished it 14th, started the main race 12th, finished it 10th. I've given him 8 out of 10 this weekend. Although he has looked slower than Gasly across the weekend, it was still quite a decent showing from him, and he finally scored his first points in the Alpine. So, good job, Franco. However, I think this is a good way to kick off his momentum, but if he wants to get good grades consistently, he has to keep this up. Pierre Gasly now started the sprint 7th, finished it 11th, started main race 7th again, and finished 6th. Wow, what a performance by Pierre. Like, P6 in an Alpine is genuinely crazy, bro. And great job making it to Q3 in both quali sessions. Very well deserved, very well done as well. And overall, just a great performance by Pierre once again. 10 out of 10. Nothing more to say to that. Next up on the list, Gabriel Bortoleto. Started the sprint 14th, finished it 13th, started the main race 16th, did not start the main race due to some technical issues. Can somebody tell me what happened at the pit lane? Because all I know is the McLarens had a technical issue, so they didn't start. But then Albon and Bortoleto also didn't start after they started from the pit lane. Anyways, other than yapping, Gabriel Bortoleto, I've given him a 4 out of 10. Just quite underwhelming. But I think if he started the race, he could have done more. Next up, Nico Hülkenberg. 6.5 out of 10. Started the sprint 11th. Did not finish it. Started the main race 11th. And finished it 11th as well. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. I think he did quite decent, to be honest. Just missed out on the points by a bit in the race, but take into consideration that many drivers did not finish the race, including some top drivers like both the McLarens and Verstappen. So yeah, the highest I'm going to give him is a 6.5. Now I move on to Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon started at 12th, finished at 10th. Started the main race 13th, finished it in 14th. Quite underwhelming from Ocon, to be honest. Well, Batman is up there scoring big points. Ocon is just, I don't know what he's doing in the back. I think he got a penalty if I was not wrong. I was laughing at him for like 10-second penalty or something. I was saying the meme came back again. But anyways, I'm only giving him a 5 out of 10 for this performance. Honestly, should have really done a lot better here compared to his rookie teammate. Speaking of which, his rookie teammate, Ollie Behrman, started the sprint race 9th, finished it in 8th and scored a point. Started the main race 10th, and guess what? He finished it 5th. What an incredible drive for him. And you know what this means for him? He is now 5th in the Drivers' Championship as well. So, wow. Good job, Ollie. 10 out of 10 performance for sure. You cannot give any lower than a 10 for a midfield driver to be running up in 5th just behind the Mercedes and Ferraris who are so far ahead. Anyways, now move on to the Aston Martin, starting with Lance Stroll. Started the sprint 19th, finished the 18th. Started the main race 20th and did not finish the race. Obviously, Aston Martin still incapable of finishing a race, but yeah, he was still outperformed by his teammate Alonso by quite a bit. Therefore, I've only given him a 3. Alonso now. He started the sprint race 18th, finished at 17th. Started the main race 18th, did not finish the race. As I said, he slightly outperformed Alonso. He slightly outperformed Stroll, but yeah, the Alpine still can't finish a race. So, what do we really expect? it's going to be a 4 out of 10 only. Arvid Lindblad started the sprint 15th, did not finish the sprint. Started the main race 15th as well, and he finished it in 12th. Well, at least he finished the race, right? So I've given him a 5.5 out of 10. Arvid, to be honest, it was quite unfortunate that he did not finish the race, because like the RB actually, he finished the race but he did not finish in the points, that's what I meant. RB looked quite slow this weekend. However, I guess Lawson kind of made it work, but still not really at the same time. Speaking of which, Liam Lawson started the sprint 13th, finished it 7th with scoring a point. Started the main race 14th and also finished 7th, scoring more points. So 6.5 out of 10, quite a decent performance. And yeah, as I was saying, Arvid just needs to improve this weekend. And Lawson, yeah, great points for the team. And yeah, that's all I have to say for the RBs, honestly. So we move on to the next driver, which is Carlos Sainz. Started the sprint 17th, finished it 12th. Started the main race 17th, finished it 9th. I've gone with a 8.5 out of 10 for Carlos. Quite a decent performance. I think he did quite well, managing to secure 2 points in fact, in the Williams that's like overweight. So yeah, great job to Carlos, I guess. And he definitely outperformed his teammate here as well. And speaking of which, we move on to his teammate, Alex Albon. He started the sprint from the pit lane, finished it in 16th, started the main race on the pit lane as well, and did not start the race in fact. I'm giving him a 2 out of 10. Really disappointing weekend for Albon, but I believe he can bounce back soon, and I hope to see that from him. Albon was the best of the rest last year, so let's see if he can make a comeback and at least finish in the top half this year. Lewis Hamilton, the first Ferrari driver to be rated, started the sprint 4th, finished it 3rd. Started the main race 3rd, and finished it 3rd as well. First podium for Ferrari for Lewis Hamilton. 10 out of 10 performance for him, in my opinion. So yeah, y'all can't say anything against that because it's my opinion. Anyways, first podium is definitely a great achievement for Lewis in red. So we just take what we have. Next Ferrari driver, Charles Leclerc. Started sprint 6, which is quite underwhelming by the way. Finished it 2nd, started the main race 4th and finished 4th. Still a 10 out of 10, so yeah. Because the Ferrari looked quite decent, I low-key expected more. However, although I expected more, I have to say he did not do much wrong. So yeah, it's still a 10. Next up, Isaac Hadjar started the sprint 10th, finished it 15th. Started the main race 9th, finished it 8th. Yeah, it's gonna be a 9 out of 10 performance for me. I think he did quite decently, but I believe he could have done more. Still, he managed to secure decent points, and yeah, definitely great for his record, as he has outscored Verstappen this week. And speaking of which, Max Verstappen started sprint 8th, finished it 9th. Whoa, why does it say reigning world champion? He's not the reigning world champion. Started the main race 8th, did not finish it. He had to retire the car. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 because, to be honest, why? Because he did not finish the race, first of all. And also, like, yeah, he had to retire. He didn't even score points the entire weekend. So, come on, man. How can you not expect me to give him... Kimi Antonelli up next. Started the sprint 2nd, finished it 5th. Started the main race 1st, finished it 1st. So, definitely 10 out of 10 for doing that. To be honest, he only got a 10 out of 10 because of the race win and the youngest post hitter. But other than that, it was still a really decent drive in the sprint. The sprint would probably only have gotten him an 8, but the main race secured him the 10 out of 10. George Russell's the next driver I'll be rating. Started the sprint 1st, finished it 1st. Started the main race 2nd, finished it 2nd. I'm giving George a 10 out of 10 because I think he deserves that. Mercedes is very fast, and the only driver he lost out to was Antonelli. So, yeah, that's not that bad as it seems. So, yeah, That's why I still got him as a 10 out of 10. If he finished behind any of the drivers, I'll deduct marks, but no, he did not. Next up is Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri started the sprint 5th, finished it 6th. Started the main race 5th, did not start the race because of some technical issues I mentioned just now. 8 out of 10 for Oscar. Yeah, he was outperformed by Lando by a little bit, so I can't really say too much about it. And who knows what he could have done in the race. So yeah, give him an 8. And finally, Lando Norris started the sprint 3rd, finished it 4th. Started the main race 6th and did not start due to technical issues as well. 8.5 out of 10 for Lando. Yeah, he did slightly better than his teammate, I guess, but still, who knows what he could have done in the race, as I said about Piastri. Same thing, but yeah, they did not start the race ultimately, so I could not give him any higher than 8.5. So that completes the ratings for all my drivers. So here are the rankings for them. P1, I've got Behrman with a 10, Antonelli and Hamilton also with 10, 2nd and 3rd. Gasly comes in 4th with 10, Russell, Leclerc also with 10 in 5th and 6th. No more 10s now as we move on to Hadjar in 7th with a 9 out of 10. Sainz and Norris both with 8.5 out of 10 in 8th and 9th. 10th goes to Colapinto with 8, 11th goes to Piastri with 8, 12th and 13th are occupied by Lawson and Bottas with 6.5 each. Hulkenberg joins them with 6.5 in 14th. Verstappen, the only driver with a 6, ends up in 15th, while Perez and Lindblad share the same score of 5.5 in 16th and 17th respectively. 18th goes to Ocon with 5, Alonso and Bortoletto with 4s going 19th and 20th. 21st goes to Stroll with a 3, and 22nd goes to Albon with a 2 out of 10, becoming the worst driver of the weekend, in my opinion. So what are your driver ratings for each of the drivers? Put your ratings down in the comments below and let me see it. And I'll see you guys at the ending, which is about time, I believe. Yep. 3, 2, 1. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!